And what is finally going on? Welcome, guys, to an FTG live series live stream from Chellington. Sorry I had computer issues. For those that are maybe watching later, you were getting to watch this the second time, which is now fixed. Don't know what happened. I did a complete reboot of everything today. Complete, shutdown of the console, which I don't always do. Complete live stream shutdown, complete live stream capture shutdown, complete programs, computer, everything, rebooted it all up just to kind of clean all the processes that were going on. And I guess somewhere along down the line, I'd lost some of my ability. The video settings were gone on my live stream feed from the thing, which I didn't understand. I didn't know where all this stuff went. I had problems with my mic working earlier, so now I'm good to go. Keeping up with chat. Yes, ASAP. So yeah, no, he's not trolling you. It really is. And I assume, Scott, you are talking about the Garant or something of that nature. Let's see, where did I put it? Is it up here? I honestly can't even remember where I put it. I hope I saved it. I might not have. Let me shoot, where would I put that? Okay, so I think what Scott is referring to, let me see if I can find it, because it is nestled deep. There it is. So is that what you're talking about there, Scott? It would be the Garant FRP 145. So I saw this a couple days ago, and this just kind of plopped in. I assume that's what you're talking about. This was probably, if you go to the best on the mod section, it's all the way down at the very end. So we'll see. Yep, that is it. So there you go. That is the new mod. This is actually really cool. It does service as a weight front and rear, but it also serves as a stabilizer in the front. If you're doing something that doesn't necessarily, like let's say picking bales up and you want to keep the front of the tractor from swaying back and forth. Let's say you're going to drive. I'll see if I can maybe use that in a good way this stream. So yeah, that is what he's talking about. So good. I'm glad that's it. Welcome to everybody. Chuck, ASAP Slide, James. Who else we got? Ryan, always there busting the bells. James, what is going on, brother? And Scott, I believe that's all who's in here so far. So yes, what's going on, Husky? And Jules 270,000. I'll just call you Jules 27. Hello. So yeah, guys. So hopefully, go ahead and I want to do this as well because we had some new guys check in. Really, James? Okay, so James always brings us, because I've seen some new names in here, so let me explain what James does. So James always comes in and gives us a comedic moment by, and we'll call it our little breakaway in our FTG joke of the day. So he always brings in with a nice joke. So, so what is up? I don't know how to say your name, Juho. Sorry. And Lorenzo, what is going on, Mario? A lot of good guys in here. Cool. A lot of familiar faces and some new ones as well. I have a feeling it might be some of my forum activity in the past couple of days. It's been having me fired up. It is what it is. But welcome to our newest subs. I was scrolling the top, 7 or 8 there, I think. Today we've got quite a few things. I'll go ahead and let you know what I'm going to be doing today. That can kind of decide whether or not you want to watch. So animals, definitely going to have to do those again. I'm going to have to take more pigs off. I've pretty much gone up my 25 limit. I wanted to try to keep these below 70 or 60. That's a good spot for me. I don't like having to take care of a ton on here. So hopefully I'll be able to continue with those. I got a load of wool that has to be, at least I'm going to go ahead and stack it as much as I can. If I get a high price, I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of it because I want to have some more money. Other than that, I've got a few things on the other side of the fields. I believe 6 is ready, and I want to say 11 is ready, so I may actually go ahead and do some harvest on that. So that's what we'll be doing today. So if you want to hang around, stick around, please feel free to. For the new guys, welcome to all you once again, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the content. Pigs, pigs, pigs. They keep reproducing. Yes, 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 they do. And they certainly do. One thing, just for the new people that just came in, Scott alluded to this earlier, and I saw this. The FRP 145 is a new front weight. I've actually got a few of these on farm. I actually just need to find them. I think I've hidden them somewhere, and I honestly can't remember where I hid them. So, going to have. There's old Mr. Bandit. I don't know if he'll jump in on stream. See if we can get him in here. Shoot him a text or something. Yeah, there they are. I'll turn my light on. It's dark in here. They are color changeable. The colors are a little off. They're a little grayed out or a little black. So we'll try using those things. You guys can see how they're pretty cheap. They actually work pretty well. So go ahead and get some trackers out here. Where is it? There it is. Don't have that mod on the mod hub. Alright, ASAP. Let's see, James. Try going to. Let's see. When I found it in the best of. I don't know if that helps you, but that's where I found it. I don't even think if I remember correctly, I don't even believe I saw it in tools. I believe I had to go all the way out of that, and pretty sure I had to go all the way out of that. So you may try that. Running a rabbit farm. Yeah, I'm not too good keeping the pigs out. I enjoy the animals. They give me a reason to, as I run into the corner of the brick there, it does give me a reason to do farming and harvesting. I say quite frequently, for those that are new on the stream, I do really love logging. I just don't love logging in 17. There's a lot of things that are wrong with it, obviously. I would love to see those things fixed. As to whether or not they will get fixed, I guess we'll see by this next DLC. I sure hope they do. I got it, but I know I'm kind of like, what's up, Clayton? Good to see you, brother. I'm kind of wondering if that was intentional or if that was put in there a long time ago and we're just now kind of catching wind. I mean, I'm pretty good about checking that mod hub religiously. You know, it's kind of like my morning coffee. Wake up, oh, what's on the mod hub? You know, let's see. So yeah, and it's just it's been really slow lately. I have my own feelings on that. It's not 1 o'clock yet, so I'll rant at 1. I was picking. We'll kind of see. Yeah, it's 12 now. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the past. There's been a lot of stuff on the forums that's going on. There's been a lot of words exchanged and a lot of ideas exchanged. Some good, some stupid, some pointless. But we'll be breaking all that down in the next hour. Not really. All right, let's see. Got to make sure you tip off the right side. This always changes. Catching up on chat here. Let's see. Actually, let me do this. Pull that up for those that are watching later. I kind of keep up with conversation. Y'all keeping chat going pretty quick, so I'm gonna try to pipe in as much as I can. Yeah, it is always nice to see you, Clayton. For everybody, Husky hates algebra. I think the rest of us would comply with that compliment. What is my favorite car? My favorite car is in what? My favorite car is in real life. You live in the future. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. No, a couple of things that aren't really, well, I'm sure you guys, you've obviously been checking the forums, so it's not like, or at least the mod hub. So I'm sure some of you know there was a new map release for PC today. Um, oh, okay, Husky. Yes, in real life. I would have to say it's not car. I still love my truck, and it's a Toyota Tundra. I actually love that thing. It's been the best truck that I've ever had. If you were asking me to want to pick a car, I don't really necessarily have a favorite car. I'm partial to Mercedes because I worked on them for quite a number of years. Oh, what in the world? Come on now. Get this thing to switch and it won't. I'm telling you what, I've had all kind of issues. Here we go. I worked on a lot of Mercedes as a collision repair technician, so I kind of get a little bit to their high end, or really something. And I got a feeling it's not even going into the pig lot. So that would have to be my thoughts on that one. If you're going trucks, I have to say a Toyota Tundra. That's my favorite. And it took all of that. So yeah, so back on topic. Yeah, sorry. So the thing is, PC got. I'm trying to think of the name. It was a weird name. I'm not even sure its nationality. It's European based, but it's basically a huge, almost kind of a paying homage to. I'm assuming it's his dad or his father. That he's this family farm and he passed away and he's kind of got this nice picture. It's a really cool looking map. I haven't seen a ton of it yet. But anyway, they put this out. It's got a lot of forestry. It's got a lot of, if you go to the mod hub on the main Farm Sim website, you'll see it down there. You got about 4 or 5 pictures to go with it. It's really big fields, lots of forestry, but it's a 4X map. So you're dealing with multiple trigger points. You're dealing with a lot of things that we on console just don't have. And as far as at least this afternoon when I checked, there was no confirmed issuance of a console version, although the guy did say on there that he would keep the forum apprised of any kind of future development with that. So we'll have to kind of see. We'll just have to see what happens with it. You know, I mean, we had a big, nice. It was a pretty lively debate on the forums today, and I'd kind of put my 2 cents as something that I talk regularly on the stream about. I won't completely go back into all of it. But the one thing is just communication from, you know, a global communications from a department that's doing huge amounts of money in the gaming industry. Communication's always big to me. I like for companies to not necessarily pat my back and tell me how good I am, but I like for them to tell me what I'm getting for the amount of the massive, usually amount of money that I'm spending, keeping their pockets lined with cash. Whether that's DLC, whether that's, you know, premium, buying the premium editions with season passes, and then buying the game maybe once console, and then if you move to PC, you buy it again. So there's just a lot of money that exchanges hands in the gaming world. You know how expensive these things are. So I don't know yet whether or not that information will continue to come out. I hope he stays active with the forum. Typically, once the modders kind of catch wind that people have something, a problem with their maps or the problem with their mods, they typically tend to just fall off by the wayside, and you don't ever really hear of them again because there's no kind of binding contract to keep them there. So that's kind of the sucky part. You can kind of get away with that on PC because there's a lot going on, and people for the most part kind of go understood with that. But on console, it's a little different story. So, and hopefully he stays with it and at least tells us no, it's not coming to console. Because I actually like the look of the map. I know Ryan, he's a fellow, he's a gamer. I know him from X-Plane, and some of you guys know him. He's regularly in here, but he's on PC. So he was kind of telling me and filling me in a little bit about it today. Said it was just really almost as close to an Iowa map, especially on the American side, as you probably were going to get, unless something really, really, really snazzy comes out. So hopefully, even if it doesn't come out, I hope he at least stays with it and answers some questions, and at least, tells console guys, yeah, you're not getting my map. It's just not going to happen. So I'm sure at some point I'm sure at some point today I'll get riled up about it. I've been pretty calm about the mods today, or I should say the lack thereof. And I'll tell you, I know there's been a lot of things surrounding. I've noticed that a lot of guys have kind of returned back to Chellington. A lot of the streamers have. I know the reason I'm doing Chellington now. I know I had a couple of guys last stream asked why I was still, kind of doing this map, but I haven't moved on to some of the others, or they would like to see some streams for the other maps, especially like Lawfolds. I think that one's becoming a very popular one. Although I would settle with the sediment, it's one of those deals where Lawfolds does not work for me. It's very spotty as to when it's going to work. Sometimes I have great results with it. Actually, I'm going to have to do the green one. Sometimes I have great results with it. It can run 2 or 3 hours and not have a problem. And then other times it can run for 15-20 minutes at a time and crash. And it doesn't seem to really crash with any one particular thing. I know you guys have talked about neither having crashes, or we've been talking about having some type of an issue with it. Same with me. It's quite frustrating, but hopefully he'll update it. I really haven't seen anything official. Seen anything, which is kind of frustrating, let's say the least. Yeah, gooseneck would be cool. That would be. I'd love to see a really nice, diesel truck come in, something like a 350 or a Chevy 3500 Duramax, whatever your truck of choice is. I'd love to see a nice diesel truck come in, even a nice diesel like a 450 or a 550 Farm Edition truck come out with a nice. Don't even have to be. It could be a dually, and has a nice gooseneck trailer on it for general stuff. A tow trailer for skid steers, any of that kind of stuff. I think that'd be awesome to have. I would definitely pick that up, and I would use it, even if it was way too small for the for the job at hand. Let's see, I got 75, so I'm going to make a couple of runs here. Confirm 21. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and open up the cover here so they don't suffocate in the trailer. Yeah, I'm there with you, Chuck. I'd still love to hope for some mods. I mean, I don't. I would be. I think there's the general feel, especially from myself. I'm extremely appreciative of, and I do a lot of I don't want to say complaining. I do a lot of just analyzing of the actual facts of what we have. I don't really claim to be in any kind of particular know-how. I don't think anybody but Giants really knows what the heck's going on with the game. I don't even think some of the know-it-all PC guys in the forums, I don't think they know what's going on. I think they're just guessing as well. But I would appreciate it if the stuff they did put out, especially mods and maps, I would appreciate it if there was some type of developers wanted to fix it, especially if the maps are unusable. I realize that's a touchy situation though, because you got to be careful about they are paying them peanuts to do it, but they're still getting money. So I would kind of like to see what the contract is. I'm never going to see that, and that's fine, but I would imagine there's got to be some type of a contract that's at least keeps them, at least for some type of update, for this stuff. Because let's just say they put out a patch and it destroys all the maps that we have mod-wise because they changed some bit of code. Those guys can go back and do and change all that and fix it all. My guess is once they've put the map up and started working on other projects, they're not going to. You got to remember that the modders are not, the modders are not developers themselves. They're not making money like Giants is. Giants is really cleaning clock on them because they're able to sell the game based on what those modders are offering for basically free. So it's always good, and I say that to say this, it's always good to support these guys. Whether that's support them in the forums and tell them how much you do appreciate what they are doing, as well as anytime you catch wind that they're on doing something, always support what they're doing, because I mean they're doing, some of those guys are really doing a service. I think Oxygendavid has probably become one of my favorites, and simply just because he's been active in the forums and answering questions. He's also fixed the map right out of the gate and gave us everything that we wanted, and he's also working on changing every single one of his maps to be console producible. So the next one, I don't know if any of you guys know this or not, but the next one coming to us is going to be Thornton Farm. That one's one that is going to be worked on. That was a big PC FS15 map from Mapper's Paradise. That one's coming. I know he alluded to it in the comments section of his last release of Sandy Bay. So he is producing Sandy Bay for us, and he's also producing Thornton Farm, and it's possible, although it's not a guarantee, it's possible that Portland Bill may possibly make it over to console. That is going to be a huge map. The size of the map does not matter in PlayStation world or Xbox world. What matters is the 4X. Yeah, so the 4X, 8X, that's all the different sell points and different versions of stuff all over, scattered all over the map. So whether you're dealing with sawmills and you have 2 sawmills, 2 sellable sawmills, 3 sawmills, 4 sawmills, getting all that stuff square and making all that stuff work together on console evidently is a challenge. I don't know, but it's, you know, it's one of those things where I can't see that actually working on console, depending on, you know, our limitations on the physical capabilities of consoles at this point in time. PC, yeah, you can do it. They can code it, they can change the code, but as the game itself right now, at least to my understanding, and if I'm wrong on this, I'd love for someone to correct me on it if I'm wrong. But the one thing about it is if you have a 4X or an 8X or even a 16X map, those maps are huge, but they have multiple sell points, multiple code lines going in, keeping all of that stuff separate. As far as I know, the default maps, which is what console is allowed to have, which would be just the normal no X maps, means one selling point, one trigger point, one all this. So when you do that, these guys may have 2 or 3 pig farms, they might have 2 cow farms, they might have a multitude of all other kind of triggers put into the game that we don't have access to on console. So that's why that's a problem. So he would have to delete stuff out of the map to make it console ready, but he could do it. So that's why I say, you know, maybe throw something over in the forums, you know, tell him that would be awesome, tell me how much it would appreciate it, maybe even possibly support these guys. You know, most of them have YouTube channels, they have donates, that'd be awesome to throw a few bucks their way. You know, they'll figure it out. It's coming from console guys. Yeah, Chuck's right. Oh, sorry. Golly, man, y'all are talking fast. I was just sitting here driving this truck. Hey, what's going on, Louise? All right, Clayton's yard's flooded. Nothing yet, Scott, about forums on the DLC. I'm DLC on the forums. Nothing on that subject yet. Oh, I need to get time going on here. I do not play this game at real time. I don't know why I look. There's never any traffic on this road. Yes, Husky, we are getting Thornton. At least I'm kind of reading between the lines on that, I believe. I have to go back and look exactly. Hey, see you, Clayton. Good to see you again, man. I'll try to get some earlier stuff on. Tonight was a little bit later than I'd normally like to be streaming, so I'll try to get on a little bit earlier. Sandy Bay. Yeah, Sandy Bay's the new one, right? If I'm not mistaken. I believe Sandy Bay's the new one that he just put up there. Man, that one's coming to console at some point. No, not Sandy Bay. Am I wrong on that? Did I say something wrong there, Chuck? I thought that was the name of that map. And I feel like I'm waiting and waiting forever. Oh, yeah, the big map. Yeah, the big map is... I'll just have to pull it up here. Yeah, no. Yeah, Sandy Bay is relative. It's a normal map size-wise. It's very reminiscent of a Chellington-esque style map. But it's a coastal, so it's got a big beach and a lot of sandy and some rocky cliffs. I mean, it's a pretty map. I mean, the guy's done a good job with it. I mean, you know, it's honestly, I mean, it's everything I'd expect from Oxygen. I mean, he's you know, he's talented at what he does. I can definitely say that. There you go, Kleinhau. I guess that's what going to be my stab at that. Is possibly a Middle European German-esque type map. I have not done a ton of research on its origins and that guy's farm's origins, but it's a cool little story. I've talked about the map maker actually. Yeah, I would second that. I think it is Germany. If not, it's somewhere close regarding that vicinity. But yeah, Sandy Bay is actually from Oxygendavid, so oh, I can't say it, Chuck. I can't say it. Oh, that's a little inside joke between me and Chuck on that comment there. Sorry, just clipped that car in the bumper there. Yeah, so it's anyway, back to my original thought there. Oxygen's probably one of the better ones, and you know, I'll say this: you know, there's a lot of guys that are making maps, and they try to do something outside of the norm, outside of the norm of what I guess is usually created as a map for FS, and say, you know, Oxygen kind of stays with the status quo, but only the status quo, and to say that his maps are very universal, they're very workable, and I'm on episode 18. So, I mean, there's some essence of like Lawfolds wasn't working. You know, I guess statistically speaking, Chellington live series and Lawfold series were two of my highest rated viewed live series. So it was evident that people wanted to still see Chellington as well as Lawfolds. I just wish it wasn't crashing. I would just be bouncing between Chellington and Lawfolds. That was kind of my whole original intent anyway. Let's see. Let me see how many pigs I got. 52. Yeah, it's fine. I can live with that. Come on, have to do it. Well, Dylan. There you go, Chuck. Then you're welcome. Alright, so we weasel that in there. Yeah. I do wish we could aim the mirrors like you can in Euro Truck. It seems like that could be a basic operation, but that would require a mod, which we couldn't have because it'd be scripted. I can't come with anything. That's it. Scroll up there, Chuck. Ryan said it. It's Kleinhau. It's unless they've taken it off the mod hub. Let's just oh, come on. I'm on farm. Yeah, there we go. I'm just looking here. I actually can put this over. Yes, here we go. So, go to mods, unless it is not in here. Yes, Kleinhau. It's a beta. Hijinks is the guy that did it. 96 field. Yeah, it's 4 kilometer max. That's where the 4X comes from. Large forest areas. So if you're not on, if you don't actually get on here, it's not on the mod hub. That's the thing. Never mind scripted mirrors. I'll find a few presets. There you go, man. That is it. That's it. Love it. As you can see, this is a huge map. I mean, but it looks good. I gotta say. I mean, it's the fields have got some squareness to them, and they've got these huge forestry areas, which everybody knows. As soon as we dipped barely into that, our consoles will shut down. So that that's just unfortunately that one's going to be a hard. That's gonna be a hard one to crack on that. I don't see that really coming. I'm not gonna be too I'm not gonna be too wishful in thinking that that's actually going to come to console, because I don't see it. I don't see it happening. All right. So you know what? Let's see. We'll swing back around. Pigs are almost done. Let's get some water to them. They'll be taken care of. I got 50 of those sold off. It's pretty good. I mean, you got 50, well, I guess it'd be 42 pigs is worth 50 grand if you deliver them yourself. So, and that's, I have not really played session-wise since we got off this last stream of 17. So everything that I've got here is still here. I haven't added on to anything, haven't done anything. So what you're seeing is exactly the way I left it on 17, episode 17 that is. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to say the least. Yeah. Start to push, yep. Start to push for a new PC. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Where is... We'll let you. We'll just send our. How about this, Ryan? We'll just send our PS4s. We'll just send them to you, and you can do it. I'm sure you could get probably like 50 million subs if you put it on YouTube. How to jailbreak your PS4 with a GTX 1080 graphics card. I'm sure they'd love that. Man, I know how hot this PS4 gets with what I'm doing with it now. I couldn't imagine putting that in it. This thing would probably melt at the sides. Oh yeah, no, I haven't either. Let's see how... I probably need to just go and get me another water trailer. Been kind of doing all three of these with two. Let's see, what are... Alright. Actually, will work out. So I've got 205 sheep. I actually like 250. I'm always cutting grass. It's always something that I do on the just on the back end whenever I'm waiting for something to grow, waiting for harvest. Just grab the mower, go cut a field. As it is right now, I've got field 18 down there. It's set up as in plowed in three or four grass fields, and then I've also got grass field at 20. You could cut stuff elsewhere, but that's what I have right now. That's actually my fields without cutting around the farm. I'm trying to think this in. That's pretty much everything. I'd wanted some smaller stuff, and I was thinking sugar beets. I was thinking something else, and there's something else that I'd kind of saw somewhere else that I actually was on Coldborough Park. The guys were actually sectioning off little strips on 17. If you look for the standard, if you look at the standard, the way that the missions on those maps, the way they do them, they'll actually put these little paths in between the fields, which I think is actually kind of cool. But once you look at those, you can actually set you off a little strip of sugar beets, potatoes, whatever you're like really into, and that could be account for your 5% of root crop on pigs. Just know it's only going to use 5% of them, but it's still going to take a little bit of a little bit of a decent harvest to kind of do it, but you're not going to have to continually go and harvest for that stuff every single time you go out and plant the field. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. We'll say for just a little, I don't know, just a word of advice, maybe we'll just call it that. Um, Anybody that's new, I don't pay for water on Chellington. I just go grab it out of the creek. Luckily, he put the trigger on the back of this to actually accept it out of the creeks and ponds, which is great. Thank you. And dadgummit, I forgot what my tip was going to be. Never mind. Maybe it'll come back to me. Alright, let's see if this thing can actually... Whoops. Let's see if we can push this in. I don't know if anybody can tell me. I don't know, Ryan, you and Chuck, y'all still hanging around. Let me know what I was actually talking about there before I interrupted my own self. It's going to stop this guy because I'm going to have to anyway. Oh, I do remember what I was going to talk about. One thing about, yeah, once you get up to about 250, you start using about 40-some thousand worth of hay or grass. So right now I'm at 36,000, so it's a good chunk out of that trailer. The one other tip about Chellington, there's two different ways that you can look at working this. A lot of people get caught, and I was completely guilty of this when I first started Chellington because I did not know how to work it. I didn't know a couple of ideas of how to do it. I mean, because you got to think, I mean, being a console player, I'm coming from 15. So I don't even know 2009, 12, 13, 14. I don't know any of those farm sims. Yes, James, that weight works awesome. It's great for a stabilizer, especially for the front. Keeps the tractor from swaying back and forth all the time. It's good. It's really good. Especially another way you'll see that one being really beneficial is it helps immensely when you're in the field doing any kind of stuff, whether it's pulling tippers, whether it's seeding. If you actually hire the worker, at least the way that thing worked in 15 was when you hired the worker, it automatically put that weight down, and then it would actually use that weight as a stabilizer against whatever you were pulling, which is pretty awesome. But anyway, what I was saying was, two different ways to really work Chellington that I've found. Now that I've actually got, I think I went back and looked, I've got 79 hours in Chellington total. Probably a good bit of that is on live stream, actually, because most of my live streams are somewhere around a couple hours a piece. And, I mean, I've got good half of my time has been spent a good half of my time has been spent doing live stream with Chellington. So there's two ways to do it. You can either take one of these fields or a starter field, and you could split them up into smaller fields and use small equipment, medium-sized equipment. I have just, since the law folds came, I actually got some of this bigger stuff. You see I'm just driving by the Amazon there. I've got the bigger cultivator, which is right there, the Cockerling. So I've got a couple of things in here that are actually kind of sizable to working with the map and working some of these bigger fields. And I like the smallness, which the cool thing about this, and I don't think this map gets enough credit about this, is that it leaves you two ways to work around the farm. Once you get enough of a stable farm up and built where you've actually making money regularly on different various things, once you get animals going, so your wool, your pigs, all those ins and outs that are making you money besides crops, once all of that stuff starts taking shape, then you start being able to actually do a few other things. Because the one thing that I've noticed is that it's hard around this farm to use the big tractors. It's hard to use them because this map was never really made with that kind of intent, although the fields are huge. So medium stuff works pretty good. Smaller stuff, not so good. But the thing about it, this smaller medium stuff works awesome for all of these jobs around and in the farm. So whether you're using small tailies, whether you're going to use big stuff, you can save and actually, save up and invest in a few big things. Say like one, especially if it's just you can save up, have just one harvester, one big tractor to pull, your cultivator if you're going to use it. And then if you're going to use something, for, let's say, if you're going to use that Amazon seeder, then you're going to need something sizable to pull it. But still, the big stuff is pretty easy to get once you get your animals going. But once you do that, you can actually use some of the smaller stuff and enjoy using that smaller stuff around the farm, unless you're going to keep huge amounts of stuff. And the one thing about this farm is that the cows actually have a very big area around here, but the sheep and the pigs do not have a huge area. So it's going to be a little bit tight, as you saw me dealing with it earlier on in stream. It's going to be a little tight just trying to get everything flowing. Great demand for wool. Sweet. How much is it? A what? No. 10,000? What? Pause game. Slow time. We're going to cheat. And let's chunk this thing off. Sorry for getting so excited. You never see it 10,000 on this particular map. This map takes the standard prices on everything. So I know what there's low prices for everything, like 6,000, 7,000 for wool. I've never seen 10,000. That's kind of unheard of. But awesome nonetheless. And I'm gonna have a decent amount to take. So what I'm going to have, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 times 4, that's 40. So roughly could be 400. No, that couldn't be 400,000. That's too much. Yes, it could. Hey, Chuck, get your pen and paper out, bro. Do some math for me. Know if you're still in chat or not. Or I guess you'd say the stream. Chuck's our pen and paper guy besides myself when I'm too lazy to get it out and do it. That's probably one of my favorite pastimes on this game. Is figuring out how much I'm going to be selling and how much I'm going to be selling it for whenever I get there. I like that. I say also, if there's any new guys that are, and if you're in stream, new gals or girls, please feel free to throw anything up in chat. A few small minor rules is basically treat everyone with respect in here. If you want to sub and want to push your own channels, obviously that's not allowed. Begging for subs, any in the above, that's all off limits. But anything else, anything farm sim related, would love to meet some other people if there's some new guys in here. So, about push that off the trailer. Ooh, numbers boring. Come on, man. This is what makes it, man. This is what makes it. This is what makes it fun. It's just simple, grab your iPhone out or your Android. We don't discriminate here at FTG. So you figure up math. You're supposed to get about 10,000 a packet of wool. So each one of these effectively should be $10,000 a pallet. So if you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that should be 10 times 40. So you should be looking at 400. Is that right? 40,000 a pallet times 10, yeah. So you're looking at a buku of cash whenever this guy rolls in, because the great demand does not go down like it does when it's just selling high. It'll eventually start going down really fast because they're taking into account that you're taking care of some of the demand. So you can't constantly go back and sell at a high price. That's at least the way the economy was was based on this game. So we'll have to see how much we actually roll away with, see how close that was. Let me throw this up there. This one got, you know, see much math. You know, you use math every single day. You just don't know it. And especially if you're younger, I didn't think I used math any. But here I am, a woodworker, and here I'm using compound fractions and doing all kind of fractional work, additions, figuring out angles. You know, you think about doing those angles on the old projector at school. Yeah, I thought there's no way in the heck I'm going to be using any of that. Yep, here we go. I use it every day. Alright, so let's hit the road. This by far, I can say this, setting maps aside, this is my favorite mod. You're looking at it. It's not a tractor. It's not a really cool piece of machinery. Nope, it's a trailer. Yes, that is it. Ryan's a nail on the head. Waiting for that hammer to waiting for the proverbial ball on top of Times Square to hit. Mad rush. Let the new year begin. Daddy's got a new dance. Whatever your saying is to making some money. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's awesome to catch in. Clumps don't use much math. Yeah, I guess for that statement, I hope they don't. You might be surprised, though. You never know what you might be doing besides field work. Might be doing something on the side at the house totally different. It uses math every single time you look at it. You never know. I do wish I could have a little talk with Oxygen about his placement of trees at every single intersection. Every single one, there's like two big old huge block trees you can't see around inside the cab. Whoops, wrong side of the road. Dream jobs are good. Dream jobs are good. Alright, so let's see what we sell. Let's see how good this is. I don't believe I've seen it at 10,000 on Lawfuls, but I've never seen it at 10,000 on... Oh man, look at that ticker counting. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is counting with the quickness. Alright, we're up to 360. So there's 100 grand. So we're going, I guess, based on that, we'd be somewhere around 240 grand for one little trailer. And that's not even double stack, double road. That's just a single stack. So who was wanting that? Somebody was wanting the... oh, she didn't see the numbers correctly. Yeah, nah. I don't play on hard. It's too hard to play on. It's too hard to do that on console. I mean, some people do it. If you just stay with the really small stuff and keep really small farms, yeah, it's pretty doable. But to get anywhere in the game on hard, it's too much on console. I've tried it. I've given it value and effort, and it never fails. I mean, it's already so nerfed as it is anyway. This is on normal. I just never have seen wool at $10,000 a pallet. I mean, this is 204,169 off of one row, double. That's crazy. That's great. What's going on, Stunt? I'm good, brother. I hope you are. Good to see you. Yep. You know, you can. I mean, if you're very, you're very dedicated to it. Maybe if you got to start modded you stuff, at least modded some money to just get a start, then maybe. But on console, you'd have access to some of those other good mods that would help save a little bit on the amount of time you spent doing one particular job. So it might help you keep some costs down. But yeah, on console, that's just going to be incredibly difficult. So right here's 18. You see, I've plowed up actually 3 squares all the way around the big castle there in the center. Those can be cultivated away. So if I wanted to put a little small, potato or a root crop field over there, I certainly could do that. Wouldn't be a huge undertaking. Wouldn't be a 3-hour harvest session of sugar beets, which I'm sure y'all are just dying to see on the stream. I'm just dying to stream that for you. Joke intended. How much is this game on the Xbone? Xbox 50? Is that right, guys? I'm pretty sure that's what it was for PS4. It's a standard version. It's not $60. I do know that. I want to say it's 50. Then if you decide to go premium, it's an extra. I think it bumps it up to 75, and premium pays, like everything else, it pays for all of your stuff. So it pays for your DLC. Actually, the potato harvest on stream. I will do it. Y'all don't tip me on that. I will do it. Yeah, and Cyrus, I think welcome to the stream. By the way, you're a new fresh name, so welcome. I would. There's a ton of Xbox guys in here, inside this particular community on here. I mean, it's crazy. There's way more Xbox guys I feel than there are PS4. I'm not sure if any of them are in and around. I'd have to pull around and look at it on PS4. Actually, won't even tell me how much it is on the PS4 store. So I want to say 50, and then it's 75 for the premium. And I don't even know if you can buy the premium anymore. I think you just have to buy the season pass, or the separate. I think you have to do it on Xbox Live, the Xbox store. Four-wheelers on Xbox? Nah. Nope. They do have quads in PC version. Mods are, do I have PS4? Yes, I do. It's actually, I just changed the name, so it's Full Tilt Gaming on here. So it's the same thing. It's all it's all the same name. There you go. All right, Scott. Cyrus asked how much the game was on Xbox. Was it 50 for you guys as well? Now, I noticed when we bought it. I want to say it. Depending on where you bought it from, Cyrus, you could probably get it cheaper. You could probably also, if you're in the States, you could use one of your GameStops or somewhere that sells used games as well. You could probably, if you're lucky, you could probably stop in there and find someone that's gotten peed off with it and gotten rid of it. I wouldn't think that'd be too hard to find. Nope. It's really I'm not sure exactly what kind of game you're looking for, but yeah, you won't find none of that here. You'll have to go to PC if you want any of that. Yeah, 30 pounds would maybe be 40 some dollars. I think there's usually about a $10 difference. Oh, that's right. I forgot this thing was half full when I threw that stuff in there. All right. Look there, I'll just unload all that while I'm at it. What mods can you get? Yeah, you can get a lot. I mean, there's a lot of mods. It's a lot of smaller equipment. Um, you know, front end attachments, loading attachments. We've gotten quite a bit of stuff from just your average stuff that came on. Actually, let me see how much this, because I know I got to put some more. Yeah, silage and hay, but power food I need to up. All right. I mean, there's a lot of mods. I mean, this trailer. I mean, there's pretty much. Yeah, it would take me too long to go through all those. Um, I don't even. There's not even a way to really even see console mods besides the mod hub. I don't have to back out to show you that. Yeah, there's not a ton of useful stuff. A lot of it is stuff that's been redone. It's either FS15 DLC. I will say this, pretty much all the DLC for FS15 came over on FS17 as free mods. Giants just updated them, put them out there free for us. I mean, that was okay. That was what it was. It's fine. But most of the stuff I would just assume use. The maps are cool. We've gotten about 4 maps. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to be a little off. Yeah, I'm going to be just a hair off. I need to actually get some grass. One thing I think I'm going to do, I don't know yet. Grass bales work pretty good, but this map, obviously, if any of you guys have watched me do anything on this map, there's at some point, I don't know, Coldborough Park had... Coldborough had the triggers set up for the bales, so you actually drop bales around and everything. So I actually enjoyed doing that. I enjoy making bales. I enjoy making round bales and stacking them legitly, and not, we don't have any kind of auto load scripts for console. So I mean, we have to use, we got to use the tools at hand to actually do it. So I actually have really gotten involved in doing that, and it's actually been a lot of fun. Whoops. Try that again. There we go. Let's see. How much? Okay, yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good. So the one thing about this map, if if you haven't done it, which I would assume most people have tried it, the one big thing about this one is the fact that we don't have that ability to drop bales into. So if you just want to do a couple of grass bales, which I actually like the idea of putting some of the grass bales in there, because that's kind of how it works in real life, or at least around here it does. They'll take the thing, they'll cut the bales up, and they'll put it in there for the cows. They'll just cut it in half, so it kind of almost shreds everything in half as well, just to start off. And the one thing that that we don't have here is you neither have to do two. You have to do 2 loaders. One that's just basically full of grass that you can just pull over and use whenever. Oh, come on. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to let this thing, or I'm going to have to go pour it out somewhere. For whatever reason, it's not registering this as power food because I've got too much hay in there. So, yeah, yay me. They'll just have to be underproducing cows for right now. I don't think I can look and see. Yeah, that's power food. So grass I can add in. Yeah, obviously water I can add in. Okay, that kind of sucks. So there's 2 ways, at least on Chellington, to do it. You can either use these You can use these as pull your loading wagon around. You can fill them up with grass there, or you can buy another Silo King, fill it up with grass. So 16 are roughly 4 bales. Each bale's 4,000, so you're looking at having at least somewhere around each one. I think each one of those holds 16,000, unless you went and had that big old huge mammoth feeder. But it would take the same exact amount anyway. So I think it takes 60 some thousand. So whatever that is divided by 4, that tells you how many bales it would hold. But it's kind of pretty cool proposition. It's a fairly cheap proposition to keep some grass that's not necessarily quote unquote has to be cut and put in a loading wagon and then drawn around everywhere to pick up grass. You can throw bales in it. I actually like the modded one that we got, but the problem is it's only holds 6,000. So I don't even know how that operates from a mixed ration point. I guess you'd have to have a couple of different. Yeah, I don't like the new feeding wagon. That was the thing, Scott. I like it, but I don't. It doesn't fit well with me because everything that I'm using on here is in 4,000 increments. I get them all taken care of there. They're all in 4,000 increments, and I think let me just look at it here. So Scott is referring to, yes, the Lizard 340, and its capacity is only 6,000. So that's kind of why I just, well, I know it's 1 part straw silage and 2 parts hay grass. Like I realize that, but the 6,000 part, everything I have is in bales. So the 16,000 works out great on the other one because I have all silage bales, I have all this. So you would have to be a particular bucket or a particular something to get it just right. If I were to throw a grass bale and then a silage bale in there, I'm at 8,000, and that capacity is only at 6,000. So that feeding wagon's not going to work for me, unfortunately. So I'll have to come up with a different one. And 500 for cows, not enough. 64,000, 16,000. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So it'll be three times the amount. And for 500 cows, not enough. Yeah, I'd say not. You probably have to like have 4 or 5 of them. It'd be nice if they pulled in and allowed us to do the bales on this one. I do like doing that. Guys are just about out of grass. But the good thing about it is that it does keep you from having to use grass. It doesn't really take a lot even. Let's see what I got, 15 cows. And it's only taking 6,000 grass. Now the silage and hay, it's it's got a lot with that one. I don't know what I'm going to do with that thing. I mean, I know what I could do with it. I don't really want to, but could reset it. Well, I don't know. Once your ration's all off, you'll kind of have to keep fidgeting with it until you're completely all done, or you just need to reset it and it will erase everything that's in the bucket, and then you can start over. That doesn't bother you. It really doesn't bother me. Do whatever. But I do like, that's why I say keeping grass around. It keeps it really easy. You can just load straight into the sheep, and then the same way with cows. So let's see. Let's get this guy going. And on console, I typically don't have these guys running 24/7. The main reason, at least while I'm around here taking care of the animals, this one actually may, yeah, I'll set him. And let's go ahead and clean up here, because the two things that if you get 3 of these going, that leaves you room for 1 worker. So if you wind up going through and actually using, oh, is this thing not going to clean it up? Come on. Sure not. Wow. Alright, I always have a problem down here with the pigs. I don't know why this thing doesn't want to clean it up. There is a way that you can kind of... Sometimes it takes you resetting this thing. It's a little bit finicky. But you have to be right next to this thing in the interaction zone for it to actually work. So it doesn't look like it's going to. So let's see if I can get it to jump start here. Yep, nope, it's not going to. Sometimes you got to reset it. That's the only way I know to do it. Alright, so we'll just leave that one off for right now. Not really too much going on there. Yeah, see, all these are off. So I'm going to have to reset, probably reset all these. And what it should be doing is picking some of this stuff up and deleting it all away. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. It's typical. Those when you get right up next to it, it should just zip it all out of there. So I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So a couple things. Let's take a ride out in my tractor. I'll get to it. And we'll take a ride out here and see what I've got on these fields. I know 10 and 11. Both of those, I think one of those has been done. Obviously I've got 6 there, but 6 is kind of on the big side. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Welcome to the stream. I am doing fantastic today. I'm not sure. FS15, I think you'll probably find pretty quickly how how much of a rope in it has and that effect on you. It's just one of those games that you think is stupid at first, and then you get it and you're like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I'm addicted to it. I started at 15. I actually started on, I was on PS4 though when I started, but at any rate, it was great. I loved the logging. That was my favorite part. I loved everything about it. Also loved, oh, this one needs to be seated, so that's what I can do on this one. Okay. So, you know, as to buying it on the 360, I do not believe, and I would have to... I don't know if you have the Xbox One, if you got 360. I came off 360 and I went straight to PS4. I didn't actually go on Xbox One. But I don't think they have Farm Sim 17 for... Hey, what's up, Lucas? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. At some point, also, I'm going to get back to your thing, Kevin, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to answer that. I just wanted to say a quick thing because it just jotted my memory when Lucas said that. I'm waiting, and I put in a ticket with Game Show, which is who I do a lot of my streams and stuff from. And those guys are working They're working on me being able to have the whole, you know, when a new YouTuber subscribes or when a new subscriber comes in, does something that has this nice little cool thing, and you can kind of set up what you want: images, music, sound effects, all that kind of stuff. So if you let me know, I'll throw you a little shout out on here. But until that time, you know, kind of give you a little special pizzazz on the end of the channel there. But appreciate that, Lucas. And then back to you, Kevin. So the one thing that I don't think they have FS 17 on 360. Now, if you do decide to move up to the Xbox One, and if you do decide to move up to Xbox One and then do FS 17, you know, there's a lot. If you've got a PC that can actually run this, I would tell you go in and buy a PC anyway. It's just about as cheap. I wouldn't fool with it on console if you have a computer, a PC, or a Mac fast enough to run it. But with that being said, if you don't and you're definitely going the console route, I think you'll like it. It's definitely one of those games. I think if you're about to jump into it and see if you like it, I think that's probably your first step into the black abyss that is Farm Sim. Oh, wow. I actually think I've actually heard a few stories of that, except those stories I remember on the French countryside. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Denmark. Lucas is from Denmark. Awesome. I'd have put me together like a little country map of just the subs so far. I mean, even with like 260 or whatever I'm at now, it's crazy how many people are here from different countries and nationalities, and it's insane. That's how World War III starts. That's hilarious. I'm actually just going to set this up here in the field. I'm going to get this one at least prepped and get some stuff over here. I actually probably going to throw the cedar over there on the other one and let that one go ahead and start working in the background. And then I will get the... oh, that's not even going to fit. I don't know who I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll get that over here. Actually, I'm just going to take tractor back with me. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Sorry guys, I typically tend to, even when I'm not on stream, I still talk to myself when I play this game. Like I've got somebody sitting in the jump seat over here trying to make decisions with me. A stray unexploded bomb. Oh, that's pretty good there, man. That was a hot potato right there. Oh, whoa! Flipped it over there. I was looking at chat. Do not text and drive. Do not read chat and drive. Old City, Pennsylvania. I don't know what it is. Every time I see PA, man, I always think Pasadena. I don't know why. Maybe it's a kid thing. I have no idea. Maybe I just always you know, assimilated you know, Pasadena with PA. I have no idea why, but it's a completely useless fact for the stream. Alright, it's in the other shed. There she blows. So one thing about this, there's two ways you can do this. I have my own... Oh, I have to feed up this seat again. What's on my mind? Who was it? Was it you, James? I believe it's Hammett. Are you still around? So you want me to buy the Optum? Seems like some guys in stream on 17 want me to buy the. Y'all were just insistent on that I buy the case Optum. Yeah. Well, I would say I guess the one thing about that is you could. Yeah, James wanted me to buy the Optum. All right, I might buy the Optum today. We'll see how things go by the end of the stream. Might plop one out here on the field. I actually got in it and drove around in it the other day, and I got to say it wasn't. I had my big money mod map that's got gazillions of dollars in it just for testing and setting up stuff and seeing how things work and operate, so I don't have to waste my own hard-earned money in on the stream and my actual legit fields for it. Oh, sorry, I got you started on that again. Only thing about these big cedars, cultivators are they're not a problem, but the cedars can definitely be a problem if you're not. There's two different ways. I typically turn all of my buy seed off. If you go and buy the seed, now I'm not sure if the price has been adjusted in Chellington or not. I want to say they're not. But according to at least the same math, I think they're. What are the seeds? Are they still? Whoops. Okay, they're still 900. So roughly, you know, it's $2,700 to fill up this thing, 3,000 pounds. And I want to say that's how much is in the grain tanks, 3,000. But so. I think if the worker that's actually seeding the field buys it at the same time, I think he'll have the same exact thing. No, I don't have a Facebook channel for the stream yet. or I mean for the channel. I'm actually kind of thinking about it because the subs have kind of gotten up quite a bit higher than I actually really ever anticipated on them going. So I really don't have a problem. I actually like Facebook. I do Twitter. I would say that I do. If you're interested, if you do Twitter, I am on there. It's at full tilt. Just leave the gaming part off. I'm pretty active on there. I do answer and retweets stuff that's coming out with Farm Sim, or at least anything that I'm playing at the moment. And eventually that will carry on to other game titles as well as the Farm Sim titles. Eventually, at some point in my life, I will be on. Actually, no, hang on a second. Let me finish my thought on this. Make sure I plant the right thing. Okay. Yes, I want to plant. Yes, canola. Just while it's on my mind, the only thing when I'm doing animals, if you're going to play animals, do one or the other. Do wheat or barley. Do canola or soy or sunflower. Pick one of the three. Don't try to keep all three going. And then obviously you do one of corn because that's your base for your pigs. Yeah. Yeah, don't do Twitter. Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't really want to at first, but it was a simple avenue. I actually liked Twitter before it got so crazy with all the political stuff on here. I mean, and I did it before then, but it's kind of gotten a resurgence back with just everything that's going on. So I figured I'd jump on it and try. At some point in the fairly near future, I am going to pull up a page. Do a little gaming page that I can put schedules and put all kind of other streaming stuff on there. I just really never decided I was going to do that stuff until the page got some viewers, got some subs, and people wanted to see that. I wasn't really going to create a ton of work for myself until that work was possibly one of these days going to pay off. So yep. So we'll see. I definitely hear probably. I mean, maybe even be something as within the next month. I've been working with Gleam trying to figure out how to get the best. Trying to get the best kind of giveaways, especially for the graphic stuff, because I don't really want to overcomplicate that stuff. But I mean, Gleam is still like the interface is still funky to deal with, so I'm still kind of figuring out some of that stuff to make it to where it's what I want it to do, where I want it to do what I want it to do. So y'all be patient on that. I am very much working on that. If any new guys kind of wondering what I'm doing, it's one of those things. I'm going to be doing t-shirt giveaways. I may at some point have a storefront. I've had a lot of people like the logo that it did, so I'm thinking about doing a logo with shirts on them and a special slogan on there, not yet to be announced, but I do actually know what it is. It's actually from one of our community members. So I've got that coming in the works, and also doing some graphic giveaways with something like your favorite tractor on whatever map you want, kind of doing whatever it is you want it to do. I'll do the pictures, do the editing, put the brand logo on there, maybe with your screen name or something like that, something you can keep on your phone, iPad, if that's something you want, desktop. That'd be relatively a kind of a cool giveaway, and the only way you'll be able to get some of that stuff is obviously by entering the giveaways and winning, and it's totally random. But it's still something fun and kind of gets everybody involved with it. But I'm just kind of working with Gleam, trying to figure out how to do their interface and do it right. So I have not forgotten about that, nor have I given up on any of that as well. Sometimes getting life out of the way first, so that I can make some time for gaming, is a little easier said than done sometimes. So yes, I do play on Coldborough Park, although the console version has quite a few snafus with it that I've found lately that I do not like. One of those is the way the wool spawns inside of the gates. I can't get to them. That's frustrating. The other frustrating thing is that the pig's manure does not land in the manure pit. It lands in the actual straw pit. The cow manure is completely obsolete from my farm. I cannot get the cows to produce any manure, but they produce a little bit of slurry, but they of course give me all the milk in the world. But they don't produce any manure. So there's some things there not right, and the only thing I have on cold burr right now is animals. I don't really do a lot of crops, don't do a lot of that stuff. It's all just animals, and I do enough to just make whatever I need to make so that they're taken care of. So I've kind of gotten off cold burr because that was ironically one of the least viewed series, and which kind of surprised me. And the only thing I can think of was maybe because a lot of the more popular PC YouTubers, they streamed that one to death in FS15, and maybe people had seen it enough and just didn't care to see it anymore. So that's kind of what happened to Cold Burrow Park. Tractor Chilling Champion. Kevin, I am from North Carolina. Born and raised, living out my days, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. And a couple of guys that came up, my mama got scared. I'm not moving to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. What's going on, Z Money? And there she goes. I'll run this on there. So we've got Twitter guys while this is refreshing. Oh, cool. All right, that should, yeah, there we go. That should got it fixed. Z Money, we're doing great, man. Hope you are. Just getting some more enjoyment here out of Chellington. I think the more I dive into this one, the more I enjoy it. So it's fun. I've kind of found a few fields that I really do like. At some point, if I make enough money, I'm going to purchase the big old 17 down there, the big old monster. But these fields are expensive. Noticing field 3 is about I want to say it's about 370 G's for field 3, and it's one of the smaller ones in the map. So I'm not, I don't even know how much 17 is. I want to say 17 is like 1.1 million maybe. I don't know. It's crazy. So I'm going to let this guy go. Now he's eventually going to stop. Let's see, I've used almost half of my seed, so I may actually get most of this done, but I'll probably neither have to. I'll just neither drive this back or I'll allow the worker to buy the seed. Now the thing about allowing a worker to buy a seed, if I'm not mistaken, even on this map, unless it's changed, they will use more map. I mean, they will use more. So that's kind of a little bit of a frustrating thing, but it is, it is what it is. It saves you from having to go out and do it and run pallets back and forth. You just see the time, I see the money up there tick away a little bit quicker than normal. So no, we do not Z Money. We've got no weird texture bugs on the fields. Nope. We have all the other bugs. We have everything else that's kind of halfway wrong with the maps and all that, but yeah, we don't really have many problems with the fields. The actual operations of most of the stuff is fine. It's just neither the problem that we have is like law folds. It's not. It's still crashing. Of course, I know on every. Are you Zenon, are you on PC? Nice, Lucas. Chocolate pudding cup top with Cool Whip and chocolate shavings. Man, you had banana pudding the other night, dude, didn't you? You have some Cool Whip and some graham cracker crumbs on it. I can go get some yogurt with some M&Ms. It's pretty good. Let's see here. What I want to do. All right, let's do this. Yeah, we'll do this. Get one of these to get this set up on this field. Oh, quite a heavy modder now. All right. Very cool. What you working on? Oh, you just said it right there. Maps. Oh no, you said converting mods. You got a an area? No, I'm not going to badger you for mods for console. But do you have a? I need to throw that disclaimer out there. Nobody else badgering. Do you got a specialty? You got a concentration of mods you like? You like doing tools, tractors? What you working on? This pudding thing could be leading up to a big punchline. It could be. You never know. I mean, James is he has, I'd say, about 2 out of 4 jokes are actually pretty funny. Dude, who would sit down and eat a 5-pound candy bar for $45? That's ridiculous. Three-meter cultivators. Oh man. Nice. Well, I am flattered, especially being a PC player, that you would watch console guys. So I am flattered and tickled to death about that. So it's the little things with me. I mean, it's kind of sad. I mean, most of the mods that we have on console, I don't even use them in the stream, or I don't use them anywhere, except for the maps. Most of the stuff we have is, there's some of it that's kind of cool. I like some of the silage level equipment. It's kind of hokey. It's kind of fun. The rest of it I could care less about. Let's see here. I'll get this guy at least. I'll get him right here. I probably want to make 2 laps around this field, and then he'll actually harvest it right. Then you can actually pull right in the middle, and then do one side off, and then do the other side. And it usually works pretty good. Let's see if these things will actually work, because if not, I'll have to reset these things and bring them back over. Yeah, alright, so let's reset these. See if we can get them working. Alright, so we'll do that one. And that's pretty much why I did all 3 different colors. Let's see, that one's... Alright, so that one, let's get a reset because none of these are working. Now, sometimes you could probably, if this working without, if this was actually inside the game and I wasn't on stream, I would just go ahead and, okay. Alright, we'll stop that one, turn it off. Now it'll let me reset it. You might be able to just save it and then come back into it, just reload the game. But since I'm on stream here, I'm going to at least, alright, I think this is it. Yep. So I think I found, and sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, that's why I said nobody attack him for the mods. You're like the proverbial New York strip steak that's 2 inches thick, and it's cut to a perfect medium medium cook at the perfect temperature, and you're sitting on a table with some golden Yukon mashed potatoes, and you're asking no one to, not salivate over the fact that you got some mods over there. You are literally the piece of red meat in the lion's den over here. Alright, let's see, while we're here, let's just try pull that up there. We'll just try the cows and see what happens, see if this reset helps. Just happy with the corn dog. Dude, I would kill for a corn dog right now, I'm not gonna lie. Talking about that, kind of wishes, that we just take this, like, manure fork here and just stab that cow with it right there. We'll all have steak for dinner. Alright. Yep. I understand that. I understand it completely. Alright, so this still isn't working, so yeah, so it should be deleting all this, and for whatever reason it's not. And it probably is going to take me restarting this particular map. Yeah. So, okay. Well, that is what it is. I'll just run a brush by these if they get too bad. Not really worried about it that much. As long as the sheep are taken care of, that's about all I care about. Oh man, dude, y'all gonna have to stop talking about food. I'm not a big guy, but I will be if y'all keep talking about that, because I know where there's some mini corn dogs, and I know I've got some Texas Pete chili in there. Alright, so here's the Massey Ferguson Black Edition. I liked it, and then I didn't like it. I don't really like it now. And I think it's because of the wheels. Or the top. I like the interior. It's pretty much the same. It looks kind of cool. But I think it's missing the tan with the steel color, with the black color, with the white color, with the silver color. It's just too much, it's too much, I don't know. It's too much, I don't know, just stuff going on. I actually think if I had it to do over again, I'd just buy the red one, because the red one actually looks pretty good. Now, it looks pretty mean with dual wheels, but if you get a chance to check out the Valtra S-Series with the dual wheels and do it like a yellow or a dark steel color like inside is the insert in the wheel, it's a pretty nasty looking tractor. I mean, nasty in a good way. Hey, what's going on, Lee? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I should have gone with red. This was, you Xbox guys didn't get this. I can actually say that. I know what it feels like as a PC player. Oh, you didn't get this one? Oh, sorry. Yeah, we got it for being a PS4 player. It has nothing to do about what we actually bring to the sim. No, we just play PS4, so we got it. It was a gift for whatever reason for all PS4 PSN Plus members. I don't really know why. That absolutely made no sense with me. Yes, you're more than welcome, Lee. That made absolutely no sense, because I don't know why that would be withheld from the Xbox guys, but it was. So I don't know, Xbox guys. Maybe you guys will get something, a tractor or something here in the near future that'll be just for you guys. But yeah, it's not that special, as you can see. It does kind of have a funny look about it, so I would almost say I'd just almost rather have the red one. Which leads me back to the point that I always make for most of the mods. At least what's been done so far, we've not really had much of anything on the console version that is like game breaking. You know, it's not something that changes the game considerably with any kind of a under the hood development kind of upgrades or anything like that. So hopefully. Now, and that's true too. I mean, you know, he brings up a good point. I mean, we got all of the FS15 DLC. You know, we got it all for free. Um, you know, we wouldn't have had it before unless they would have just saved and put it all in the base game, which I don't know that they would have done that. There's no complete guarantee. New Holland T7. Now, I can't buy the T7 and the Optum because they're exactly the same tractor. Exactly the same. Minus the brand. And the wheels. And the outside of the tractor. And the engines. But they're the same. So you can see on this, if anybody's playing Chellington, I actually went around and I do like to kind of talk about this stuff because I enjoy working with the map further. I think if I had more knowledge on the map creation and was able to try my hands testing and messing around with the editor and start learning some of the stuff, I would really probably enjoy the map creation part. The rest of it, all the 3D stuff, screw that. I can do buildings, I can do houses, I can do the simple stuff. Sheds, I could definitely 3D whoop up some of that stuff, but even as something simple as going around all the fields, cleaning up a lot of the edges, doing away with grass. I used to do it all the time in 15. So I just went around this one, redefined the edges a little bit, kind of erased some of this other pile of grass around here, and it's helped, especially if you're an in the cab farmer like I am. I like to try to do as much as I can inside the cab, so it does kind of add to it a little bit. Wish we had some features in here to kind of help us with that endeavor, but this is probably one of the harder ones because you've got this 45-foot header mammoth on the front of this thing that makes it tough. Oh no, you missed that. I mean, that was like an hour ago. Nah. What, an hour ago? But we talk about it regularly. Most of the guys in here, I will say this. I mean, I don't peddle the, I don't petty the stupid stuff, especially that you see running through the forums and people asking, you know, when are we gonna get John Deere? I mean, it's they couldn't read the topic above that, and it says, you know, we're not getting John Deere. Most of the guys in this particular community on YouTube, most of us, they all know they're not getting it. So I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that. I told them if they want John Deere, just go buy you a $20 copy or a $30 copy off Steam and go get it on your PC, and you'll have all the John Deere you can take. Nah, okay, wait a minute. No, the T7 Blue Power was something that everybody got as an additive. The way the T7 worked was that at first it was a console version that we got in America on the American PlayStation Store. And then there was such an upheaval about it on the UK side and the Europe side that they added it back into the UK store. So y'all got it like about a month after we did. It was part of a pre-order. So you got the pre-order, you got those Challenger tractors, like the Cow Edition, and then you got the T7 Blue Power. That came in as the last one. Yeah. So the one that we got for the PSN subscription was the Black Edition Massey Ferguson, but the Xbox guys did not get the Black Edition Massey Ferguson reskin. See where the worker takes off. Okay, that's not bad. I can live with that. Let's get over here and let's empty this thing out. Yeah, man, it would be pretty crazy. I mean, that would be it'd definitely have to move to a one-all version. You would be able to try to keep all that separate. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, dude, it's freaking hard enough on console trying to play multiplayer, because I know in Mario, I don't think he's in here anymore, but Mario yesterday joined us on stream. He's one of our regular chat guys. Always stops in and says hey. He came in, and it took us about 15 or 20 minutes just to get our mods squared away, because on console we have no great way of being able to share the mods and put the mods in things like you can on dedicated servers on PC. I'm not sure what the other on PC is. I don't know how you guys handle mods when you want to play out of the Giants multiplayer servers. But on console it's pretty difficult, even with the amount of mods that we have. It's a pain in the butt. It's like, oh, well, do you have this package? Oh, no, I don't have that. Oh, well, hang on, let me go download that. Oh, I'm still missing one more. Let me go back and download that. And it's just constant. That's all it is. It's really aggravating trying to play that, and it's such a shame, because multiplayer is a lot of fun. But it would be awesome if they could figure out a way to do that. It's just the amount of work needed between those two massive companies, and even doing it on PC, that would be an incredible feat. Yes, I did play GTA. I don't play it much anymore. I see the stuff that comes out for it, and I've kept up with some of it, but most of my friends, we kind of got out of GTA. We'll get back in it when Red Dead comes out and GTA 6 comes out. We'll get back in it for a little bit, but depending on what happens with me and console and PC, I definitely want to get back into. I want to do Farm Sim on console. Kind of looking at PCs now, and I definitely want to get into like doing a lot of the flight sim stuff. Yeah, it's kind of always been one of my loves on the sim platform, is to do that. Get back into that. I was in it for years, and it even inspired me to get my pilot's license, and I succeeded with that. So I would love nothing more than be able to run live streams from the inside of the cockpit of a 737. I mean, that would be the cat's meow right there. Oh, nice. Dropbox with all the mods on it for all to download. That's cool. Okay, well, that makes sense. I'd wondered about that, and that makes pure sense. Because I forget, the PC, depending on what you're doing, you've got all the TeamSpeak channels, you got all the TeamSpeak stuff that you can, you can actually send links and people can go to stuff right out of TeamSpeak. That's what we used to use on X-Plane. And a lot of the virtual VAs and stuff, downloading things and using the FTPs and the Dropbox servers and stuff to share stuff around the room. That was cool. I mean, I like to think that it's pretty fun sharing a stream out of the cab of a New Holland Harvester, but I couldn't imagine, being doing live stream from inside of a 737 on the network and doing full ATC, and yeah, it'd be a blast, man. I would love doing that. One of these days. One of these days. Hey, what is going on, Brandon? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing good on this early Thursday morning. So how is the weather down there? The weather was ridiculously warm today. We just got like 8 inches of snow last weekend, a week and a half ago. We got 8 inches of snow, and it didn't finally melt out till about Thursday. And then today it was 70 degrees, and it was like 49 yesterday. So it's this typical North Carolina swing weather we have. Yeah, I actually used X-Plane was what I was flying. It's kind of funny. I mean, FSX had all the development, all the crazy mods, and all the really cool stuff. I had all the developers and all the people that were doing crazy stuff like Wilco and the PMDG, and you had all these huge companies making bazillions of dollars on these add-ons. And then here at X-Plane, I felt like I feel like it was the console version of Farm Sim 17. Oh, look at all this cool, guys. What do we have? We got a space shuttle that falls out of the sky like a rock. So, I think that's funny. And I actually met Ryan. He's in chat somewhere. Ryan Schleicher. He's in and out of chat. I know I met him through X-Plane. We've been keeping up since like 2006. Somewhere around close to that year. Yeah, man. Those good times, man. Good times. I definitely want to get back into that. I've still got a lot of my old equipment, and look at all the advancements and just the sim world and what's happened with, I mean, heck, I mean, even Farm Sim and what these guys are doing setup-wise with the multiple joysticks and USB cards and steering wheels and controllers all hooked up and running things simultaneous. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I know, man. Y'all are gonna see me like on stream. I'll have the big, huge, bold letters, and buying a PC when I get to 500 subs. Come on, guys, 500 subs. I'm gonna buy a $5,000 PC. You all are gonna witness it. Of course, I could play the normal YouTube game, and I could ask you guys to pay for it when I get to 500 subs. I'm sure y'all would appreciate that. Yeah, see, I've heard about Arma. I've heard about that. I've heard it's quite intense. All right, so now that word's been brought to us by our sponsors, I think I'm just gonna go one down and then back across. Since it's flat all the way across, then I'm gonna be good with that. So after this, I'm gonna hire a worker. I don't generally like to just sit here and run harvester. It gets boring after a while. Yeah. Oh. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I subbed to a farming sim. This was farming sim, right? Wow, why is he in the middle of a 737? I wish there was some more stuff like this. I know I give Giants a hard time when it comes to, their communication. I mean, there's a lot of things they don't do right, but I will give them this, and I'll be fair to them. There's a lot of things they do right. The fact that nobody else has put anything like this on console, I think, goes to tell their level of smarts when it comes to optimization for a game and a platform and a sim that is really not supposed to run on console. Now, there's a lot of things about this that I don't like, but the fact that we have all of what we do have, I think is somewhat of a testament. I just wish they would communicate better. That's always my complaint. Stop telling us you're working on it and tell us what you've done and what you are going to do so that we know what to expect so that we can go ahead and get our buckets for our tears to fall in. No, man. Ryan, you're killing me, man. Yeah, instead of a 2-minute countdown, all you'll hear is I'll be standing out the plane. Hey guys, welcome to FTG. Today we're coming to you live from the IXCG 737. Yeah, buddy. Have a good one. Alright, now let's get back and get... Oop, are they done? Oh, nope, but I ran out of seed. Alright, so if that happens, two things. You can drive it all the way back and fill it up, or what I'm going to do is the easy way, which is helper refill seed. And I don't know, we'll find out if it's going to let me do that. Yes. So you'll just see that I'll be using seed. My price comes down and it will equal, no, whatever. I'm not really that worried about it, honestly. Oh man. Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be rants about the APU mods. Yeah, I can assure you there won't be any rants about it. I really can't, you know, I was going back, Ryan, I was thinking about just some of the stuff from perspective. I don't ever remember getting as upset about the communication about X-Plane and mods in planes. Now, I remember getting upset about the fact that no developers were developing for X-Plane, and how the life of me I couldn't figure out why. Because that was it still is becoming, because FSX completely died off. I'm still surprised that there's still not more than what there is, especially on the airliner side. But yeah, with that aside, I don't remember. It was mainly I would just sit there and gripe and complain about the people we had to fly with. Oh, James, that's good, man. That is good. Yeah, this has been another joke brought to you, another break in the action from the FTG Live series, brought to you by James Landry, and our joke of the evening. This is probably like our third or fourth one. It's good stuff. I like them. That one's pretty good there. That's one of your better ones. Is flying fun? Yes. Blanket answer, yes. If you've never done it, there's a perfectly good demo that you can go to xplane.com and download it. They've got the new X-Plane 11, which is just brand new off the press. So if you've got a PC that's pretty hefty, you can try it out. But it's pretty addictive. It's like Farm Sim, but I mean, it affected me so much that I wanted to be a pilot, and I went out and actually got my pilot's license. So that should tell you at least how I feel about it. And it was the sole exact reason why I went out and got them. It's a lot of learning. There's a lot of stuff you got to learn, a lot of stuff. But you know, it's substantive. And I would say even Farm Sim, I think one of the reasons why I do like Farm Sim, even to this game, it's because it's substantive. There's a rhyme and reason to why you do things. It's not mindless. It's not mindless submachine guns and fast feet and quiet feet and dead silence perks on Call of Duty. It's fine if you escape to those games, but any of these sims and lifestyle games, there's so much more than what they, seem to people that have never tried them. So I didn't even think flying would be fun. I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. But then getting involved with that, it just, has a totally different outlook now. Hey, what's going on, Greg? Good to see you, buddy. Yes. If you want to, just go to, yeah, it won't shoot anything. It's not a combat sim. Now, if you want a combat sim, you'll have to go on the PC side, and you'll have to get into that. But this is where I was. Go to that website, and you basically we can tell you pretty much all you need to know. But like I said, it's not a combat sim, so don't be expecting to go in there and be able to find stuff and shoot stuff down. It's pretty serious. I mean, it's it's not even there's not even any kind of missions. You just start flying, start learning, and there's lots to learn. But anyway, back to Farm Sim. I could talk about that all night. If I keep talking about it, we will. On the 265th sub, I will be buying a PC. Yeah, the beach is down here pretty good if you don't get eaten up by the sharks. We had a lot of shark bites and attacks this year in North Carolina. I don't know why. We had a lot more than we normally do. Alright, so let's see how this guy is down here. Alright, so he's almost done. Yes, I did look at P3D. The only reason I was with X-Plane to begin with is because I was on Mac. Yeah, sharks rough. I don't like shark at all. Come on, plant. There we go. I did look at the P3D, but the problem was P3D was not it was not Mac, and at the time I was only able to play on Mac because that was my brand new computer for a lot of my other stuff that I'm involved with. And I didn't have a PC, and P3D is only on PC. So if I go into the gaming world again, I will not be buying a Mac to use on gaming side. I'll buy that for what it is and leave that for what it is, and I will actually buy a proper gaming console for a PC. Not console as in a PS4, but actual proper gaming PC. So I would test it out then. I'm just so comfortable with how X-Plane worked and how the plugins work, and even a lot of how the 3D stuff and the objects. Did quite a bit of scenery. Did some airports and did a lot of stuff with that. So I mean, I actually worked on converting a lot of the FSX airports over to X-Plane. So that was my main repertoire recipe for disaster. Any of those payware airplanes, airports y'all were paying $70 for, we got them for free if you knew me. Because I just ganked them all, and I ganked them all and then just copied them down and then put it in X-Plane. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, man. I wouldn't go back to it if I were you either. Alright, so we got canola growing on field number 11. And we'll take this back and at least get the seeds put back in it. Yeah, you're welcome for those, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan was one of my buddies I got to share all that wonderful scenery with. So we got canola growing up now, which is good. I actually may bring... yeah, why not? I'll bring the little tractor over here with the fertilizer, letting him get squaring away on that. Sometime I won't do it tonight, but I'll actually bring back this one, and we'll cultivate this one up. Get this field squared away. Yes, sir. I would love it. Absolutely love it. Because I'll straight up do it, and I always said if I moved into that and actually got to do some editing, some modding, learned how to do some system stuff on there, I would definitely keep console guys in mind as well for the map side. I wouldn't do anything else, I don't think, besides maybe some prefab stuff, but yeah, that editor, it looks actually quite complicated. Hey, look at there, man. How is it down under, brother? Right, Sheckler. All right, James. Good to see you, buddy. Maybe next time when you hop in, I will wait and I will purchase that Optum just for you, and I'll throw you a shout out online when I do it. Holiday in Australia. Found internet. That's awesome, man. Glad you stopped by. Hope the vacation's going well. Yeah, it's okay, Chuck. Yes, sir. You have a good one. So it's hot down there, huh? I hear it's pretty dry though, but I did hear it's pretty hot too. All right, let's see. What I want to do? What I want to take us down there? No, not right now. All right, so I can't really tell. Maybe not. Okay, so I guess the seed did was adjusted in here. Um, yeah, because that was $4,000 a seed. So unless I picked up what the worker threw down, which I don't think I did, so that's actually a little bit worse than buying pallets. So there you go. If you buy seed from the grain, which this was the same way on Lawfold, so if you buy seed from the grain filler, it actually charges you about $4,000 if you did and got on the pallets. At $900 a pallet, it's only going to cost you 27. So you're losing about 1,300 bucks if you just fill it up with the grain tank, which is, of course, the much easier thing to do. Um, Yeah, why aren't you at home right now, Chuck? Do you choose to work a night shift, or is that just kind of where they put you, and that's just kind of what you have to do? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I was just kind of curious. All right, hey, appreciate that, man. You have a good evening as well, and hopefully you ever shoot some work out there on console. Let me know. Even if it's, hey, you know what? You could do something real easy. You could do like a 4-meter cultivator, because we have absolutely none of those. All we have are 3-meter cultivators, so a 4 would be perfect on the farm. I'll even hit you up and spot you up and give you your own little spot on the stream, man. But anyways, you have a good one, bud. Good talking with you. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot that. When you're working where you're at, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. You'll get that, plus you'll get more on holiday pay and all that. Is that all still acquire for you as well? More on overtime and more for holidays. If you work holidays, nights, and overtime, you're making a killing. I don't either. Yes, 4-meter cultivator would be great. Yeah, I don't get paid nothing. I feel like I'm playing and working. I'll be honest with you. After I get done with these streams, man, I've done so much talking. I'm throwing so much useful knowledge and information at you guys. I'm just spewing it out. I'm just like gonna get done. I feel like one of those guys with his head just hits the door as soon as the computer goes off. It hits the pillow and I'm cooked. I know that sounds stupid, but you ever try doing a stream like that and try picking up for 2 hours and then come back to it? Man, it is tough. A lot tougher than I ever dreamed it was. That's why my streams had to get shorter than 4 hours. I couldn't handle it for 4 hours. I was killing myself on 4-hour streams. Somebody said yesterday, I want you to do a 24-hour stream. It's like, man, there wouldn't be enough Monster Energy and Red Bull, and you know, there won't be enough of that to be able to keep me going through that one. That'd be tough. Hey, thank you, JMS. Appreciate that, man. And welcome to the stream. Welcome to FTG. And I'm just looking. There it is. Sometimes I can organize the farm so well that I don't even know where I put my own stuff. Alright, man. Rub it in, KTM. Y'all have a safe vacation, and I expect some pictures in stream when you get back. I think I missed it. Yeah, I did. I'm actually going to use this mod that Scott brought up. So any console guys were curious about the new weight / stabilizer mod we got. I'm fixing to put it on the front of this tractor. I just went the wrong way, so I got to come back around here and get it. Yeah. And as you can see, this is the Garant or Garant. I don't know. Somebody can correct me on that and tell me how to properly say that name. Forget what they call this. Maybe they call it the FRP or something like that. Anyway, it's a mod folder. Under miscellaneous is where it's at. There it is. The FRP 145. It's a great little useful mod. It double serves as a weight plus a stabilizer. I don't really necessarily need it with this. It's kind of a little bit overkill, but you kind of get the picture. Well, I would think, James, maybe you could just take all of us there, and you could just watch stream in the jacuzzi with us. You just take us all in there, and we all can relax in the jacuzzi. That wouldn't be weird, would it? What you doing in the jacuzzi, James? Oh, nothing. Just watching farm sim streams. Really? Farm sim streams? That's what you're watching? Yeah. I'd pay money to see that one. Alright, let's see. And let this be a lesson to you. Probably would have been a smart thing for me to, it's hard as heck doing this at night. Juicy Jet's in it. That might be even worse. Well, you go enjoy your warm soak in your juicy. Fix one person. Alright, man, we'll go enjoy your bath. Don't forget to wash behind your ears, between your toes. Don't forget to brush and floss. This has been a health moment brought to you by FTG. FTG on your side at 2 past the hour. I need to get a British voice like the BBC. That might gain me a few more. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if this guy will continue on. I think he will. Can't remember where that other one started, but I think I'm good here. So, get a few things cleaned up here. I think that's supposed to say I have a disability and it helps me relax. So if that's the case, then buddy, you go relax and have fun in your single bath jacuzzi with your jets in it. I only say that because I'm a little jealous that I don't have a jacuzzi with jets in it. I feel like it's taking forever to harvest this field. Like I've been doing this for an hour and a half. Well, you have a good one, buddy, anyway, if you're still around. And explain mini jets. Yeah, don't get me started, man. It's getting a little late on my end. Don't get me started. James, we'll see you next time, and I expect another joke at the top of the FTG hour. I may potentially try Lawfolds tomorrow night and just see what happens. Maybe I'll get lucky with it being a 1 or 2 hour night. Who knows? I may try it. So if I don't see you tonight, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Yes, sir. Good night, Husky. Good to see you again. Well, you can download the free demo, Greg. It's free. Go to xplane.com. It's free to try. And this new X-Plane 11 is the actual new sim, the new version that's just come out. So you get an idea what they're offering, what they're pushing this time. So you might be pretty impressed. But it's a way for you also to try it out. And I think they give you about 10 minutes on the demo. Pretty good. You'll probably like it. That's where I met Ryan. So that was what, 2009 or 10. So we're on talking to him for the past 7 years, all due to X-Plane. A lot of good times on that sim. We even got so crazy we went out and did our own website stuff with another guy and did a whole new fleet management, did a whole new virtual airline. We went the full route, man. The absolute full route. I actually turned the brightness up on the stream, so when I get to night, it's actually really dark on my screen, but actually looks good on what I'm sending you live. I'm not sure what you guys are seeing and how dark it looks from the compression on YouTube, but I've tried to at least do what I can to help aid in the darkness of this map at night. This is a pretty dark map. Yeah, alright, so we can kind of see this this mod. This is not working like the other ones do, unless it goes down right now. Let's see. Yep, no, they don't. So basically what this thing does is it goes down like that, and you can see how it pushes the front of the tractor up. So it gives you a little bit extra stability when you're turning on this thing. I've actually hooked it up on one of my other maps to a much bigger, larger tractor, and I put I've got the double hay bales or the silage bales, and then I drove from side to side to see how it was from stabilization wise, and it worked really well, actually. I mean, I don't know. Thing is, it kind of sticks out a little far. I don't know if it has the same effect if you use it on the back side. If you're using bales instead of, say, a big heavy weight, you're still going to get the sway because it's still just adding more weight to it. This is actually taking the weight up off your weak wheels, or at least the wheels that are under the most load. So I'm not sure on the back if it would do the same. My assumption is that it would. But if you're interested, those are pretty cheap, and you can throw them up on your tractors. But they definitely a little bit hard on the tractors on the front end loaders because they do get in the way, especially if you're doing pallets, anything that requires you picking anything up off the ground in front of you, unless it's a hay bale that you can do from a high end standpoint. It's a little bit tough. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let this one, let her well, her or he, whoever's in the driver's seat there. We'll let them kind of finish up, go through some of my things here at the end. Just kind of bring everything to a close. Been a good stream. I kind of miss not doing it every night, but I got some real world stuff I have to take care of every now and again. Real life work that has to happen. So appreciate you guys being understanding on that. I can't quite stream every day until I get making some money on this, and I can justify being on it every single night doing this. So anyway, any of you guys, I'm gonna throw it up here. Twitter handle Full Tilt. I will try to do some announcements on that. I try to at least push when there's good info out there. I try to do that, retweet some of the other guys. Got some of the guys in the community are following me, so it'd be cool to see some of you guys on there and communicate with me. I do answer back. And let's see. Yes, good to see you as well, Greg. I understand Daddy Duty. And see you around, bud. Hopefully we'll be on tomorrow, maybe at Lawful, so we'll see. Maybe something good will come out tomorrow, a new map or some kind of something good. So good talking to you as always, bud. But yeah, if you want to, I've actually got Twitch is up and going. I have not put anything up, and I've not streamed to it, and that's all just because the community has coalesced around YouTube. It's just kind of what I always say. So maybe at some point I can actually venture into Twitch and then kind of use that to kind of broaden up the base a little bit. Just kind of see what happens. I'm just kind of playing this by ear. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure out something and just go with it and stick to it. But anyway, obviously you found me here on there. It's got YouTube. So appreciate the new subs, and Ethan, William, Lucas, who was in here a little earlier. So thank you guys. Been a pleasure doing what we got. Villippery Joe. That's pretty good. And Ethan Chevelle. Yeah, I said all those. So thank you guys for subbing. Appreciate it very much. I will more than likely be able to. You can also check the home screen here on YouTube. I always put up when I'm going to be streaming. So if you're thinking, oh, let's see if FTG's streaming, I'm usually trying to get it up more than just a few hours if I know that I'm going to be able to stream. And then we do also the multiplayer. That's on and off. Sometimes at just random times we'll have guys come in and join in. So if you're on PS4 interested in it, let me know. If you send me a friend request, please let me know who you are on stream so that I know who I'm getting the friend request from. So that's all I require on that one. So yes, and good evening to you, Luis. Bye. So that's it for me, guys. Appreciate you watching. Hopefully, as long as everything works out, family stuff tomorrow, I should be streaming on. We'll get all of our stuff done fairly early, and that's perfect timing. They've just ran into a tree and completed their task. So we'll limp this thing back to the proverbial mechanic shop to fix the tree they just ran into. And I will see you all tonight. See you all tomorrow. I guess it would be tonight. See you all tomorrow night, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoyed it as always. And from Cyclonova, from me at FTG, we'll see you in a bit.